Okay. As in the last session, you have seen that we have installed Jenkins on Ubuntu 22.04 server edition. We have installed the Debian package. This session, we are going to discuss about Jenkins architecture. So how Jenkins architecture is? So Jenkins, whenever it's a kind of a master slave kind of architecture. Whenever you do the code push, so as a developer, you do the git push. Jenkins server will receive the request. Okay. Every time there is a commit to the source code, Jenkins has a master server, which we have set it up. Then it once it receives the request, then it will run the pipeline code or a Jenkins jobs, which you have defined it, which we will see it later on. Okay. So once it receives the job, it will either itself will start the building job or it will assign to the one of the slave node where it will do the build activity, all the testing activity, so that you will be controlling it in your job. When you will create the Jenkins jobs, you will be controlling the complete thing. Okay. So I just did want to define it. Source code repository, a repository that contains the source code for and all the other projects related files. Master. So Jenkins master is a server, okay, which control the complete workflow. So when it will receive the request for a particular job, it will schedule that particular job, send the build to the particular slave node or a worker node where the build thing will execute, keep the track of the slave nodes, whether the things are that whether the particular node is up and running or not. Once the job is completed, it will receive it the things and it will publish it onto the dashboard. Can also directly also master also has the capability to run the build jobs. Okay. Slave node. The slave is the part of Jenkins environment that run onto the remote environment. Slave can be a Linux based or a Windows based thing depending on what kind of build activity you are doing it. Suppose I am building a Docker thing. I want to use Linux based thing, then I will have a Linux slave. When suppose I have the .NET project, then I will be using the Windows slave. Okay. It listens to the master instance, correct? Its job is to do the jobs what master is giving to them. Okay, whether it is executing the job, running the test case, generate the report, different jobs we can do it in a particular job. We can have multiple stages. One can be a build, second can be a testing, third can be a report generation, fourth can be logging. So different jobs stage in a single job we can have multiple stage which we will be defining it out. Okay. So so this is the overall workflow process steps. Developer commits the changes into the SCM, that is source code repository. CI server of Jenkins then check in the repository, pull the new code changes, okay, at the regular interval. Depend, see again, this here, this particular line, either when the git when you do the you made the changes, like as a developer you do the git push, that time also build process can start when you design webhook, or regular interval also you can define it. The build server builds the build server builds the pull code into an executable. So if it's a Java source code, it will generate the var file, jar file. If it's a Docker file, then it will be a Docker image, depending like okay what kind of source code is there. And then it will do the build job. Once the build job is completed, whether it is pass or fail, it will be sending the feedback to the developer. Jenkins deploy the build application to the test server. Okay. And if tests are successful and code free, then we are good to go for production, depending on to the job stages. Okay. If sometimes files may differ different source code and require minimal multiple builds, okay, Jenkins cannot handle it multiple bits simultaneously, then master what it will do it can have run the different but particular job also different stages. It can run on different nodes as well. So I have three slave node in a job. We have three different stage. So first stage will run onto slave one, second stage may run on slave two, third stage may run on slave three. That is also feasible. Okay. So this is overall diagram, guys. Jenkins master is there. Overall communication is happening on TCP IP. This is the agent slave node. Okay. Both are running JVM. You can see it. Okay. So Java virtual machine is required and it is running onto the slave node. You can see it. Okay. And things are running here. It can run the job itself as well. It can run onto the slave node as well. So Jenkins is a master slave kind of architecture. Overall, the master, when it communicates to the slave, it is using TCP IP to communicate it. Okay, so overall things are same. And master also can run the build jobs. Master can also run any other Jenkins jobs as well. In case if your single master node also is feasible, which we will be using it during this session. Okay, thank you guys. This is overall basic architecture of Jenkins. Thanks everyone.